caution, but often it's just resistance, dressed up as analysis. Have you ever hesitated on a great setup, only to watch it play out perfectly after you skipped it? That's fear. Have you ever moved your stop loss too tight, only to get wicked out, and then see the market reverse in your favor? That's fear. Fear doesn't want you to risk anything. It wants you safe. But trading by nature involves uncertainty. If fear controls your decisions, you'll never give your trades room to breathe. You'll cut winners too early. You'll hesitate on great entries. And worst of all, you'll lose confidence in yourself. Greed, the illusion of just a bit. Greed doesn't always look evil. It's not just wild risk-taking or trying to double your money in a day. Sometimes it shows up in quiet whispers. Hold a little longer, just in case it goes higher. Double the size this time. It's a sure thing. Skip the stop loss. You won't need it. Greed blinds you to risk. It convinces you that profit means you're right, even if you broke your rules. And the most dangerous part? Greed feels good, until it doesn't. The moment you get greedy, you stop thinking like a trader and start thinking like a gambler. And gamblers don't last long in this business. Revenge, the emotional spiral. This one's ugly, but it's real. You take a loss. It hurts. Your ego feels bruised. Maybe you overreacted. Maybe the market was irrational. Either way, you want it back now. So you jump into another trade, not because it's a good setup, but because you're angry. This is revenge trading. It's impulsive. It's emotional. And it's toxic. You're no longer trading the market. You're trading your emotions. And the more you chase, the more you lose. Until suddenly, your losses aren't just financial. They're psychological. You stop trusting yourself. And that is the most dangerous loss of all. The psychological roller coaster of wins and losses. Let's talk about what trading feels like. One day, you're on fire. Every trade hits. You're invincible. You start thinking bigger, risking more. The dopamine hits keep coming. Then, the market turns. You take a loss. Then another. Your winning streak disappears. Self-doubt creeps in. You hesitate. You overcorrect. Sound familiar? This is the emotional roller coaster. And unless you have a strong mindset, it will wreck your consistency. Wins make you overconfident. Losses make you overcautious. You start making emotional decisions instead of logical ones. You stop following your plan. You trade based on how you feel, not what you see. And that's where the downfall begins. The science of emotion in decision making. Let's get a little scientific for a moment. Your brain is wired for survival, not trading. You see a big red candle on your open position. Your brain sees it as a threat. It activates your amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for fear and emotional reaction. That's the fight or flight system. It's the same response your ancestors had when they saw a tiger. Except now, the tiger is the market. This emotional response floods your system with stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart races, your breathing shortens, your vision narrows. Your ability to think clearly drops. This is not the state you want to be in when making financial decisions. Meanwhile, the rational part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, gets pushed aside. Logic takes a back seat. And suddenly, you're making snap decisions based on emotion, not strategy. If you've ever found yourself wondering, why did I do that? After a trade, now you know. Understanding your emotional triggers. Every trader has emotional triggers. Some get anxious during drawdowns. Others get reckless after wins. Some feel pressure when trading in front of others. Others fear missing out on the next big move. Your job is to identify your triggers before they control you. Ask yourself, what situations make me feel out of control? What patterns do I repeat after losses? What thoughts come up when I'm in a winning streak? When do I break my rules most often? Awareness is everything. Once you can see the emotion rising, you can choose a different response. But if you're unaware, your emotions will drive the car, and you'll be the passenger. The first step to emotional awareness. Here's the good news. You can train your emotional awareness. It starts with a simple shift. Slow down. Before every trade, check in with yourself. Ask, am I calm? Am I following my plan? Is this trade based on logic or emotion? These micro-checks train your brain to pause, and that pause is powerful. It gives your rational mind a chance to take the wheel. Next, start keeping an emotional trading journal. Not just price, entry, and exit, but also, what did I feel before, during, and after the trade? What was my mindset going in? Did I follow my rules? What would I do differently next time? Over time, this builds emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions. You'll start to see patterns. You'll spot red flags before they lead to mistakes. You'll become more mindful, and that mindfulness becomes your edge. Final thoughts for this chapter. Emotions are part of being human. You can't eliminate them, but you can learn to control how they influence your trading. It starts with awareness. By understanding your emotional patterns, fear, greed, revenge, you take the first step toward mastering them. You stop reacting. You start responding. You stop being ruled by your feelings. And you start becoming a disciplined, focused, and emotionally strong trader. Remember, the market doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't care about your feelings. But you should care. Because your feelings, left unchecked, can cost you everything. But once they're mastered, they become your greatest asset. You've taken the first step. The path ahead is powerful. Let's keep going. Chapter 2. The Psychology of Trading. How the Brain Betrays You. The market isn't just a test of your strategy. It's a test of your psychology. Every candle, every spike, every sudden drop. Each one triggers a response deep inside your brain. And unless you understand how your mind works under pressure, you'll keep making the same emotional mistakes over and over again. Let's be clear. Your brain was never designed to trade. It was designed to survive. And in the world of trading, survival instincts can lead you straight to destruction. Fight or flight on your trading account. Imagine this. You enter a trade.
Souvenez nous fini. Just passer vidéo pour nous attendre pour nous comprendre.
A red candle smashes your entry.
Définitivement, on voit tout ça me tape dit vidéo en global, même fini pour aujourd'hui.
You break into a
Salut Renaud, il vient en retard, mais ça n'a pas empêché d'entendre des vidéos à Renaud. Félix May et Maître Antoine, Souvenel, Renaud, tous les amis qui étaient là.
It's the part of your brain responsible for
Vidéo ça
processing
sont
fear
résumé de tout ça me
and
tape
reacting
dit.
to threats. It's ancient, powerful, and designed to keep you alive. Back in the day, this reaction helped humans escape predators. Today, it's what makes you panic. Trade goes red. Your body treats a losing position like a physical threat. Your body floods with cortisol. Adrenaline spikes. Your focus narrows, and your logical thinking shuts down. You stop being a trader. You become a frightened animal trying to escape. And just like that, your edge is gone. This is how the brain betrays you in trading. It hijacks your ability to think clearly, all in the name of protection. But the market doesn't care about your fear. It doesn't care about your instincts. It only responds to your decisions. Which means, if you want to win, you have to rise above your biology.cognitive biases in trading. Now let's talk about something more subtle, cognitive biases. These are mental shortcuts your brain uses to make decisions quickly. They're helpful in everyday life. But in trading, they can be deadly. Let's look at a few of the biggest ones. FOMO, fear of missing out. This one is everywhere. You see a chart flying. You didn't enter. Everyone on social media is bragging. You feel the urge. You chase. FOMO makes you abandon logic. It pushes you into bad entries, late entries, high-risk positions with poor reward. It's based on emotion, not analysis. Confirmation. Bias. You've decided the market will go up, so you start looking for evidence to prove your bias. You ignore anything that says otherwise. You read only the bullish news. You cherry-pick bullish indicators. And when the market drops, you're shocked. Confirmation bias blinds you to reality. It feeds your ego instead of your logic. Loss aversion. This is the tendency to fear losses more than you value gains. Psychologists say losing $100 feels twice as painful as winning $100 feels good. In trading, this leads to holding losing trades too long. You don't want to take the loss. You hope it turns around. Meanwhile, you cut winners too early. You're afraid to give back the profit. This is how small losses turn into big ones, and how small wins keep you from real growth. Anchoring bias. You get attached to a specific number. Maybe it's your entry price, maybe it's a previous high, maybe it's your profit target. But the market doesn't care about your anchor. It moves based on supply and demand, not your expectations. Anchoring causes you to ignore new information. It keeps you stuck in the past. The lizard brain versus the rational mind. Your brain has two main systems when it comes to decision making. System 1, fast, emotional, instinctive. This is the lizard brain. It reacts immediately. It's what you use to jump out of the way of danger or catch something falling. System 2, slow, logical, analytical. This is your rational mind. It thinks through problems. It follows plans. It trades with discipline. When you're calm, your rational mind is in control. You follow your setup. You manage risk. You stay focused. But when emotion rises, when a trade moves against you, or a setup looks too good to miss, the lizard brain takes over. You act without thinking. You break your rules. You click out of fear or greed. You become reactive, not strategic. The goal of emotional mastery in trading is to train your rational mind to stay in control, even when the pressure is on. It's not easy, but it is possible. And it starts with awareness, becoming the observer, not the reactor. So how do you rise above your brain's emotional traps? You become the observer. Instead of reacting automatically, you learn to pause. You watch your thoughts. Label your feelings. You create space between stimulus and response. Here's a powerful shift. Don't identify with your emotions. Observe them. Don't say, I am anxious. Say, I notice anxiety. Don't say, I am afraid of this. Trade. Say, fear is present. This may sound small, but it's huge. That shift in language gives you distance, and in that distance is power. It puts you back in control. It reminds you that emotions are just signals, not instructions. Your fear isn't the truth. Your greed isn't a command. Your doubt isn't your destiny. They're just sensations. And like all emotions, they pass. Your job is to feel them, acknowledge them, but not act on them impulsively. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. The more you practice this, the calmer you become. And the calmer you become, the better you